If you need to make 10k in the next 30 days, then pay attention, because in this video, I'm going to break everything down step by step. And you may be wondering, how do I know that this stuff actually works? Because I've personally utilized the same method I'm going to share with you to make more money than I ever thought was possible. And I've also helped a record number of my customers to achieve the same in all niches and all industries. My name is Fred, and I went from making $0 per month, coming from the lower middle class, to making over $1,200 per day with my online business using a simple 4-step process. Now, I've put together a free video training that shows you everything I did step by step so you can copy me. The link will be in the bio. And if you want me to directly help you, I'm offering free strategy calls where together we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to $10,000 per month as quickly as possible. And to thank you, when we get to 30,000 subs on YouTube, I'll give away $2,000. Watch the video until the end, subscribe, and share with a friend to win. The first thing you need is the right mindset. The sad truth is that most people fail before they even start because they don't think it's possible. 99% of the time, you fail not because of a real tangible obstacle, but because of obstacles that you create in your mind. So if you go into this thinking, I hope that this works, or let's just see what happens, you have already lost. You need to decide right now that you are going to make this happen, that this is serious, and you won't just leave things up to chance. You won't just throw spaghetti at the wall and hopefully see what happens. You are going to make it happen. The people who make money fast, they're the people who move with certainty and relentlessness. They don't waste time overthinking and doubting themselves constantly. I'm not saying you'll never have doubts, because you wouldn't be human otherwise, but you mustn't let the doubts and the fears stop you from moving forward. Overthinking is a trap, because the more you think about it, the more doubt is going to manifest. That's why you need to learn to make decisions quickly, because it forces you to take action, and only taking action on the right thing consistently will give you everything you've ever wanted and even more. So you don't have the luxury of just sitting there waiting and hoping that things are going to work in your favor. You need to move with urgency, because other people are relying on you to become successful. Growing up in the lower middle class, I often struggled because of lack of money. My father's a nurse, my mother a nursing assistant. I saw them breaking their backs only to earn breadcrumbs and to be treated like commodities at work. And when my mother got sick one day, I made her a promise. I told her I'd always be there to provide for my younger sister if anything happened. So of course I couldn't just break my promise and do nothing and rely on luck to become successful. I had to find a way to make my own luck. So that's exactly what I did. But in life, what I've noticed is that there are typically two different types of people. People who make their own luck, and people who think that luck is something that's just outside of your control and you can't do anything about it. There are some things that you don't control in life, but there's a lot more things you can control than you actually realize. And when people choose to play the victims, they go nowhere. Nothing good ever happens to these people. You don't build $1 million business by luck or by accident. It's a well thought out process. Business is mathematics. If you hit the right numbers, you hit the right targets, you will make more money than you ever thought possible. Believe me. And that brings me to the next point. What is the fastest way to make 10k in only 30 days? Selling high-ticket services and coaching. Period. Nothing else comes remotely close to it. So if you try to make 10k in 30 days by selling low-ticket products, so cheap products, and doing some kind of freelancing work, you are setting yourself up for failure. Because selling low-ticket means that you need hundreds of sales, sometimes even thousands of sales to hit your goal. And especially in 30 days, that's absolutely not realistic. Instead, you need to focus on selling something high-ticket. Something that can sell for $1,000 at the bare minimum to ideally $2,000 to $5,000 per customer. Because now, instead of needing 100 customers to make 10k, you only need 2 to 5. Don't you think it sounds much more realistic and much more achievable to convince 2 to 5 people to pay you as opposed to 100 people? Which is exactly why, if you actually want to make money fast, high ticket is the best thing you can sell. Now, a common limiting belief I see holding back a lot of people is that it's easier to sell 200 people a $50 offer as opposed to selling a few people a more expensive offer. Like for example, getting 4 customers to pay you $2,500. Well, let me tell you, that is completely false. Because in reality, selling low ticket is infinitely more difficult. Why? Because it's been my experience, and plenty of successful people have said the same thing, that the people who pay the least, they demand the most, they put in the least amount of work, they're the most annoying, they're entitled, they want refunds for literally just anything and everything for no reason, and they're simply the least committed to taking action because they didn't invest a lot, so it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. They feel like they can just back out of it at any moment. Meanwhile, high-ticket customers are different. When someone invests $2,500, they take it seriously because it's a big financial commitment. They show up, do the work, and get results. When people don't pay, they don't pay attention. So if somebody comes to you and they want to benefit from your service or your coaching offer, and they say, well, can I pay you later? Just tell them no, that's not how it works. Because if you're not committed, you won't get results. And people only show actual commitment when they invest in themselves and when they make make that financial commitment. And selling a 4-figure high-ticket offer means that you only need to have a few conversations to hit your monthly income goal, as opposed to having to sell 200 people on a low-ticket offer and dealing with lots of customer support issues. And high-ticket isn't just about making more money, it's about working with better customers, more qualified customers, and delivering a transformation, a result, not a commodity, not a deliverable. So for instance, if you were to sell a Facebook ad service to help businesses to get more leads, more booked calls for example, so that they can increase their revenue, you're not selling Facebook ads because nobody cares about that. If you do that, you become a commodity. But if you sell 10xing their business, now that's worth a lot of money. Great salespeople sell futures and outcomes, never raw materials or deliverables. So to help you, I've recorded a free video training in which I'm going to share with you the simple 3-step process I used to make upwards of $1,200 per day with my own consulting business with 95% profit margins. I will leave the link in the description below, but you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team and we'll see if we can help you. So what should you sell exactly? You can sell a coaching offer, a service offer. Consulting is basically selling coaching or services, something that helps people to fix a painful problem that they have and that brings real value. Maybe you can help businesses to get more leads. You could sell that as a service and later on coach people on how to do it themselves. Maybe you can help people to lose weight. You could coach them on that. Maybe you can help people to land a high-paying job. Whatever it is, you need to focus on solving a painful problem for people because people will be willing to pay good money for it. The more valuable something is, the more expensive it's gonna be. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, but I don't have a high-ticket offer. I don't know what skills or what knowledge or what expertise I could monetize, and who's gonna pay me thousands of dollars for it? Let me tell you something. Everyone, yes, you too, has something that they could sell. If you don't know, you just don't realize it yet. Just think about what people already come to you for advice on. Think about the skills you've developed over the years, whether in your job, in your hobbies, or simply in your personal life. This is something that people will want to pay for. Now, once you've got your offer, you need to get customers. And the fastest and the most cost-effective way to get customers nowadays is through social media content. And no, you don't need to have a massive audience or to become an influencer. And in fact, some of the biggest YouTube channels ever, nobody has actually seen the face of the owner. To give you an example, there's Brightside. They've got over 40-something million subscribers. And you also don't need to go viral. You just need to get in front of the right people consistently. Post on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever your ideal customers are. Share valuable insights, share tutorials, show people how you could help them. And then you want to make people an offer. Use call to actions. Tell people if you want to learn more, if you want to work with me, book a call. The link is in the description below. And some people will book a call. And then about 20 to 30% of all those people that you speak to on a call will actually turn it into paying customers. Because if you were to direct people to a sales page and they can click on a button to buy, typically only 0.2% of visitors actually turn into customers. So it's much more effective, as you can see, to use a sales call method to actually sell your offer. And not only that, but when you do high ticket, you have to do a sales call. But the more content you put out, the more visibility you get, the more customers you're going to attract. And the better the advice that you give, the more people will perceive you as an authority. And trust leads to sales. And that's one of the biggest advantages of building a personal brand. But here is the part where most people fail. They don't take enough action. If you absolutely need to make 10K in 30 days, you can't just post once a month or once a week and hope for the best to happen. You need a clear-cut strategy. You need to be everywhere every single day. Make daily content. Get in front of as many potential customers as possible. Send messages. Get on calls. Just put yourself out there. Because what I really want you to understand is that the more conversations you have, the more money you're gonna make. It's really that simple. But like I said, you also need to be strategic about it. It's not about just throwing content out there with no clear purpose. Because if you do that, you're just wasting time. And we're in business. We're not here to waste time. We're here to make a lot of money and help a lot of people. That's it. So every post you make, every message you send, everything that you do needs to be designed with the end in mind, which is to turn leads into paying customers and to work with them and help them. Focus on sharing free value, valuable insights, success stories, even your personal stories, because people love it. And do not be afraid to make people an offer. Do not be afraid to utilize call to actions, because at the end of the day, people who've got a problem with you trying to sell something, they're always broke. You will never find a single multi-millionaire who's got a problem with selling. That makes no sense. And if you never ask for the sale, you will never get it. And I get it. Right now you might be thinking, but what if I do everything right and I still don't see any results? I used to have that fear all of the time. It would paralyze me. I would hesitate to take action because I was scared of failing. But here's what I came to realize. Every time I wasn't getting the results I wanted, it was because I wasn't doing something properly, not because I was doing everything right. And now looking back, I can see the mistakes I was making. I wasn't utilizing the right sales conversion method. I wasn't getting enough traffic because I wasn't reaching the right people. I wasn't sharing enough personal stories. And there's plenty of other things that my mentors helped me to fix. And then my income increased like crazy. So if you're not seeing seeing results immediately. Don't fall for the trap of thinking, oh, it just doesn't work for me. Instead, ask yourself, what do I need to fix? Because the simple truth is, when you do the right thing, the right way, and you do it consistently, results come. It's inevitable. And that's also why I coach people. I've been able to see what works and what doesn't. And alone, you can only go so far. One thing I learned from all of my successful mentors is that they always pay people to work with them and to shortcut the process. I'd rather spend $5,000 on a mentor right now than to spend 5 years of my life trying to figure it out by myself, because time is worth so much more than money. And can you imagine how much money I can make in 5 years? So it's like, even from a financial perspective, the return on my investment is clear. So with that being said, if you want to get my personal help to start or to grow your high-ticket consulting business, I invite you to check out the free video training in the description below, or to directly book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you. And with that being said, I'll be waiting for you on the other side.